You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, power them here. This is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we're talking some indie comics, baby. That's right, with an amazing creator that had a project on Kickstarter recently that kicked major butt. I mean, this is the writer, creator. He's an all-around big boss publisher even. I mean, he got it going on. His book is called Popscars. Let me introduce this future legend in the making, Mr. Pat O'Malley. How you doing, homie?
Sorry, I was just busy reading Popscars. How's it going?
I'm so sorry to disturb your rereading of your dope book over here, Popscars. You know what I mean? Recently funded. Big congrats on you. You know, big boss over here. Big boss.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to talk about the book. I love this book so much.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, we were talking about your library back there, your geekdom, and that Popscar stuff above your shoulder too. I mean, look at all this stuff. Oh shit, we're gonna get into all this chit chat right now. So, Pat, let us know. I mean, my favorite question here, of course, where are you OG from? But most important, this is the key answer here that I need to hear. What was the first thing in fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Oh man, okay, it's got to be a tie. It's Ninja Turtles and it's Batman. I think both of those, when I was a kid, they were just, Batman '89 was coming out. And, we had that Ninja Turtles movie in '91. I think both of those hooked me for life. And I still love Ninja Turtles and Batman, but those are the two that really, they hook, line, and sinker. I love that stuff still.
Yeah, I was talking with my brothers recently on the P3 podcast. What a resurgence on Ninja Turtles figures. Every company seems to have a license on making different versions of the Turtles.
And they're all awesome, and I want them all. But I still have some of my original Playmate ones, those ones from the 90s.
Playmate joints?
I do. Yeah, I don't really collect too many toys, but I do have a nice Ninja Turtle collection. I have a bunch of toys, actually. What am I talking about?
My biz partner, Clap CX, shout out. He actually has the whole collection of them, even the air balloon.
Oh yeah. See, I have the Technodrome. You remember the Technodrome with the eyeball on top? I still have that.
You do?
I do. You know what? I watched the new Ninja Turtles movie again, that Mutant Mayhem one, and it's so good. I get why they are still around, because you could keep retelling them in different ways, and people love those guys,
Absolutely. So talk about that nerddom, when you kind of a lone wolf in your nerddom, and what time were you in when you were growing up? Where were you at?
Where? It was I was in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So Northeast PA, kind of in the mountains.
They have comic shops out there, or did you have to kind of read them through the wood papers and stuff?
You know how they used to do it was they would have comics at gas stations. They would have a spinner rack at gas stations, and that's where I'd get my comics.
A spinner rack that I never saw.
Yeah, and you know what? I had an uncle who gave me his Marvel Silver Age collection when I was a kid. I'm talking like Amazing Spider-Man from the '60s, Fantastic Four, Captain America, Iron Man #1, like staples, amazing staples. So even before I was collecting comics, I had an insane comic collection because of him.
Dude, tell me you still have those.
I still have them. Yeah, I still have them. And you know what? I built it out more. I started filling it in. So now I think I have Amazing Spider-Man 6 to 100. I just need those first 5.
Bro, that's boss. That's boss level fucking collecting.
That's the top tier. Yeah.
Now me, at one point I almost had the whole Hulk. Of course, I needed the OGs, but I had from the reboot to the current about 97%.
Yeah, it's that's fun though. I like kind of hunting the books down and then getting to fill out the collection. That's kind of fun. I like that.
Sold those. So now my mission is completing the Marvel Conan. So I got 1 and 2, and I got the Keith at the Bella, Red Sonja. I got those, and then now I just gotta get everything else in between. And I'm maybe, I'll say, I have about a third of that right now.
It's tough.
And I got the issue too. So I got the first and the last. So
yes. So you know what you need to fill in.
Exactly, because that last issue is a rare one too, to find in the condition I found it in for the price I found it. Holy shit!
Where do you go? Do you get stuff at Comic Cons, or where do you get your books?
I love to rather support my local comic shop. You know what I mean? So I like to dig like that. If they have stuff, great. And then a con, if I happen to find something like my biggest find at a con was the first appearance of Deathlock.
Okay.
And I swear to God that it was calling on me. I was looking at the book, and I put it back. I went outside, and then all of a sudden, I saw a Deathlock cosplayer. I said, "You mother effer! You just convinced me that I need this in my life. You're my sign."
It's funny how we find those signs that we're like, "All right, I need to go get this now."
I saw Deathlock. Like, who the hell does a Deathlock cosplay?
It's a cool cosplay, though. It is. It's hard to do. That one is. You're right. It's not one you see.
So I just had it in my hand. That was God telling me, "Al, go back." I went back.
Comic gods. They were telling you needed that.
Real. That's real. And now that those brothers really amongst them, because remember that was his first book he worked on in Marvel. On top of the first book of Deathlock.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I got reeled in on a couple at Comic-Con where it's like I put it back and then I walk around 10 minutes later, I'm back. I'm like, all right, I need to buy this.
I need it. It's still here, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So were you alone in your geekdom growing up?
I think action figures were the big thing when I was a kid. Everybody loved action figures, but as far as comics, that was kind of like my thing that I was into, then maybe lose interest and then find them again. When I got older, I found 30 Days of Night, the Steve Niles vampire book. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know comics could be like this. It opened up a whole new world of reading and getting into the indie stuff. So, I would try to bring my friends in. Hey, you need to read this book. This is sick, And I would share the love and get some books out there. But, I think comics were always kind of my thing,
Interesting. All right. So when did you start getting creative then? When did that start getting into play with you, when you kind of, hey, I want to start, start doing something?
I think I was making short films and movies since high school. And that was like how kind of, the comics. What's that?
How did that start?
I think I just realized you could make movies. I don't even know if that clicked. And then one day it clicked and I was like, I want to get a camera and make a zombie movie with my friends. And that's how it started. I made a little zombie movie. It was terrible, but it was really fun. Yeah. And then, I kept going. And then I eventually moved out to Hollywood, LA, and, was pursuing that filmmaking career. But, I think I hit a wall where it was just like, man, to make a movie, you have to have so many pieces. So many people have to come together. You need all the props. You need the location. You got to pay for this stuff. A comic, you can make a comic and your budget you could go to space. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So I think, I was in the middle of making a short film and it clicked one day where it's like, why don't you just make a comic book, tell the story that way, and you can kind of not limit yourself. So then it became, all right, I need to teach myself how to make a comic. So my mom got me like the Scott McCloud books on like making comics and understanding comics. Those are like so helpful to kind of like, they're the Bibles. They help you understand like what these are, how panels work, how to move the shots along and how they, inform each other. So I kind of started doing that. But once I got an editor in 2020, that's when it really started to like, okay, now we're making a book. Because
how did you find the editor? How did you even know how to do that?
You know what, man? I had to track him down for years. It took forever to like message people. Hey, I want to make a comic book. I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I need some help. And some people were like, yeah, good luck. But some people were nice enough to be like, hey, listen, I know a guy who might be able to help you. And once I found Phil, who worked on this book, Popscars, he like literally held my hand and taught me how to make a comic. And like, now I know for the rest of my life how to do this, have the skill. But he was the one who helped me like make this like a realization. And then we hired our artist Santi through Facebook groups, putting out that call. Hey, we need an artist for this project. And, you get like a couple hundred submissions, but something about Santi's work, man, it really stood out. And then once we hired him, he didn't really do character designs. I did all the character designs and I sent them to him. I sketched them all and I was like, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I tried to draw this on my own, by the way. I tried to draw Popscars and it was awful, man. It was so terrible.
Are you an artist or a writer by trade? Would you consider yourself more?
I'm a writer, but I'm a sketcher. I love to sketch and doodle and draw because to me it helps with writing. It's kind of like part of my process. Like if I showed you my notebook that I outlined Popscars with, half of it is doodles and sketches. And I drew Pinky about 100 times before I kind of was like, okay, this is what she looks like. So then he drew her like as the first time I saw her was the cover #1 for the comic. It's actually, I have it behind this toy. This cover. He did this, and man, it was just like, okay, he understands the vibe. Oh, he gets the book, he gets the world, he gets the characters. So once he kind of did that, I felt like very excited because it was happening, but it's also scary because now it's like, as a filmmaker, I always I'm the one composing the shots. So I had to like let that go. I had to let that go and let him do his job. So that was probably the hardest part of making a comic, was letting go of some of the control and embracing his vision as well, and then we became a cohesive team as we kept going. But, that was kind of tricky to, just jump in and give away your stuff kind of and hope that somebody takes care of it. Luckily, Santi was incredible. He did such a fantastic job with this book and the artwork and the characters and kind of going there all the way with me. I threw some stuff at him, some kind of crazy stuff in this book, and he handled it like beautifully,
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so talk about the inspiration behind this baby. Is this your first baby?
Yeah, this is my first book. Yeah, so just back to the short films. I was making a short film called Pop, and it was about 2 actors in Hollywood, and they were just struggling to make it. And one of them gets successful and the other one becomes jealous. And then it becomes kind of like this game of like trying to take your friend down because you're jealous of them. It's kind of Hollywood. That's kind of how it is out here. It's ruthless. So as I was doing that, there's a couple characters that showed up, like Mary with the thumbtacks and the pop star Mika and Heath. And I kind of stole them from the movie and I put them in the comic, but the comic needed more. It needed something else. So that's where Pinky, she showed up, and then she kind of tied it all together. And then it became
Pinky right there.
That's Pinky. Yeah. She's the main character. And the story is it's all about her revenge on a movie producer. He's a kind of scummy movie producer. And it turns out it's her dad. So she's out to kind of kill her dad.
Her dad was Harvey. Allegedly.
I think if we all close our eyes and think of a dirtbag movie producer, we all think of the same person, So I think that kind of helped with the character design a little bit. I used my imagination,
Yeah, I could see. Look at what's popping off. It's just in the middle sequence. Diablo, there's a party going on for real. Woo, woo.
Yeah, so this is a club scene, and you could see the thumbtacks. This is the thumbtack drug that's in Hollywood. You could kind of see it being passed around, and it's starting to become more popular. But people are taking this drug and really not knowing what it is. So that kind of comes up later on.
And look at that artistry and those colors, man.
Yeah, you know what? So Santi's in Argentina. He's doing the inks. And then we have NL Ashworth, who's in the UK, doing these beautiful colors, just making this thing explode off the page.
Oof. Yeah. Oof, look at that.
Yeah, the struggle. We had to make this, Pinky's journey had to be tough. It had to be hard. She had to overcome some stuff to kind of get to her target,
I mean, and look at just this panel specific with the broken glass, the imagery being in black and white, but yet then she pops off in color. Oh man, beautifully
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, this was a page that I had in my mind, and I sketched this like pose out to Santi, and I was like let's do this, and let's surround her with kind of like her thoughts that kind of fuel her, the stuff that makes her the rage. You know, this book has a lot of anger behind it, a lot of that like fuels a lot of the story. You know.
Man, every page I've shown shows her about to do something wicked.
Oh yeah, she does. She's pretty badass. She takes no prisoners in this book, man.
I'm digging it. Again, look at the artistry panel usage here, the highlight of the weapon. I like that. You know, very G.I. Joe-ish too. Highlight, boom. You know what I mean? Here it comes. They're about to beat your ass. I dig it. And look, wow, dude. Gee, bloody and violent pages here. What the hell is going on? That second panel. What the F? Holy shit.
This is you know, she just took somebody out, and now she's kind of having to play dead so she doesn't get caught, you know. But then it just kind of unravels. This whole story is about she's this badass, but she doesn't know what she's doing yet. She knows her mission. She has to kill Harry, but she's like learning the hard way as she goes. Like nothing she does kind of goes right, you know?
Oh man, look at this sequence right here. Beautiful, bro.
This was kind of cool because, you know, most comics you read top to bottom, right? Yeah. This one, I wanted to start the page in the bottom and go to the top. I wanted to kind of shift the action. So that's why the bottom is kind of bright and it says that enter sign above the door. I kind of wanted to just lead the reader in a different way. You know, comics are amazing.
Followed it just like that too. So job well done. Exactly how I was reading it.
Oh, perfect. That's because, you know, it's kind of tricky when you try to break the format a little and you hope people still get it and it makes sense, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, because he wanted up. I mean, it only makes sense to read it from bottom up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the artistry itself leads the eye. So job well done.
Yeah, Santi, he's amazing, man. You know what's funny is we never have met, we never talked. We've only talked through text translation because he speaks Spanish, I don't speak Spanish. So we never actually got to we're still friends. We message each other all the time still, but it's just funny. I can't wait to meet him and just give him a big hug because he brought this vision of mine to life, you know.
Don't you love technology nowadays? I mean, you don't even speak the same language, and yet you can still converse.
And you know what? The way we were able to connect and get on that same level, it's amazing. Yeah, it's technology kind of helped us out in a big way there.
Yeah, people stop shitting on tech. Sometimes it works. You see this? Look at the masterpiece these guys are making through that.
Yeah, language barriers can't be the reason we don't do stuff. You know what I mean?
Preach, baby, preach. Look at this beauty you guys are making here. Look at this scenery here. Wepa, love it. And to be honest, I don't think I'd put her in my car. She's bleeding like that.
No, I don't think. I don't think he's gonna regret doing that. You know what I mean? That's the truth. He's gonna regret that.
The only is less spoiling, but I'll tell you this much: you ain't bleeding on my 10 seats. You know what I mean? Ooh, and look at this. I like this. I love the panel usage. Again, it's just the way it's just eye candy.
Totally. And you know what? This is a panel that there's no dialogue on it. You know, it's fun to play with those moments where you kind of strip it down and just kind of let the reader kind of sit in this moment for a second, you know?
But not just the reader, a film fan, because these look, like those great, still scenes from a movie. So, I mean, again, showing your film perspective side over here.
I think it helped. I mean, I know comics and film, they like to be their own thing,
Comics are the same almost, in a sense,
I do too. I think they're so compatible together. I think that we're seeing so many movies kind of come from comics. I never did this to make a movie. I did this because I love comics. I wanted to make a comic book and hold the book and kind of be this is the story, if anything else happens, great, awesome. But I feel really content telling this story and getting this book out there. This is one of my favorite pages. It kind of is the whole essence of the book right there is he doesn't realize, the danger that's right there. And she's, he's her target. She's been hunting him for a long time,
that weapon she got right there, it seems like no damn joke. Holy
It's not, man. That thing is brutal. I have a couple made actually.
line, really?
So I have two versions. I have one that I take to Comic Cons. You can kind of see it behind me, and then I have.
Wait a minute. Can you bring it on? I mean,
let's see here.
What is that? Oh, okay. Boom! Look at that. Yeah, baby.
So I have one that's Comic Con friendly, but I have real ones that are with real barbed wire and have real axes. So that's like my weapon in case anyone breaks in.
For? Yeah,
you know, you never know. It's never a bad thing to have an apocalypse.
I got you. You got your bat. I got my machete that I just bought from Walmart for $5 because it was on sale. I said, "Oh, a machete for $5? Yeah, baby, let's go."
Yeah, you don't leave the machete for $5 on the shelf. You take that home.
Absolutely not, brother. And when I told my brother, he's like trying to make me drive back. Can you get me one? You know what I mean? Awesome. All right. So again, folks, these beautiful pages. Man, and this was a recent Kickstarter project too. You know what I mean? So that's the website where the Punch Publishing on Instagram, Godhood Comics on X and Instagram. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. I want to show you guys this. It's Kickstarter. It just funded recently. I mean, a big salute to you, 247 backers, man, for supporting indie in this beautiful way. That pledged $10,392 towards your campaign. I mean, what was the initial goal?
It was 6,000.
Wow! So over 4,300 funded, almost 5. Yo, congrats, homie! How did you feel? Your first project getting funded like this, baby. That's awesome.
It was. I think people caught the electricity of it. I think they felt like the character and the neon pinks and stuff like that, and they really were interested in it. And man, I'm just very grateful. Yeah, the Kickstarter went so well. It kind of boosted me to make the rest of the book. And this was a book that was published by Sumerian Comics. They picked it up because they saw the Kickstarter and kind of got interested in it.
Beautiful. Well, folks, I could press play there, but I could also press play someplace else. And check this out, folks, for a trailer before we continue. There we go. Holy smokes. That's Popscars. It is crazy. I mean, look at that book. He showed us that cover. I mean, look at it here a little bit more up close. Beautiful. Look at that.
That little trailer that you showed, I that's a lot of the footage I shot for that short film, and I just kind of reuse it now. Because it gives it that extra element when it's like the live action footage and the comics.
Who's the cosplayer?
She's my friend Amanda, who I met at a comic shop. She's into amazing cosplay. She does kind of wasteland stuff. But
salute Amanda.
Man, she was awesome. She went out on Hollywood Boulevard with me and just killed it.
Everybody goes to LA. I have not spoken to one person here that I swear to God has not been to LA. What the heck? I love the mask, man. I mean, I dig it, so much. The style. Here's a couple of different pages over here. My man definitely needs to please wear some pants. What's going on? Bro, please, but it's TMI, bro. My homie got those man boobs going on over here.
Yeah, he's not taking care of himself.
No, he's not, but apparently not. I mean, look at this guy. Like a old school wrestler. Diablo. Look at those Narguitas over there. You know what I mean? Getting done. Text. Oh, man. I ain't messing with her or even honking at her. Hell no. You walking around like that, you think I'm going to honk?
No way, man. No way. You're crazy.
I love my car. I don't want to have to run you over.
You know what, though? If you came out to Hollywood, you wouldn't be surprised by the people you see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of characters. They're full-on characters out there, man.
I'll share a story with you real quick. I was once driving down in Manhattan. My boy was driving his BMW. We were in Greenwich Village. Brought to me some friends, some bar over there, right? My wife and I, him and his girl. And we went down some random street. We're waiting at a red light. And this dude approaches us rollerblading, but he's wearing a trench coat. He was an actual New York City flasher that went like this. My boy gonna look like this, and this poor man just screams, "Oh, what are you doing?" and the guy just skates away as fast
He gets away. Yeah.
and my God, did you just see that? He just fucked me up. Oh my
You know
God.
what? That's a good character. I should put that character in the next Popscars. A little flasher on rollerblades. That's funny.
Yeah, bro, it was the most funny thing. I was dying. I said, thank God I didn't see anything. 'Cause he literally just went to the driver's side. He just went, Toma. You know what I mean? And you know, give him a gift, I guess.
That sounds like Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what scared me.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this cover. Dope. Who did this?
That's Santi. That's the interior artist.
Fuck.
He's incredible, man. He has such talent. I'm like waiting for Marvel and DC to scoop him up just because I think he deserves it. You know, I think he's a couple projects away from hitting it really big. But I'm very grateful I had him for this one. He did such a great job.
Ooh, that's so
These
nice.
are some of his sketches, you know.
Oh, that's so nice. I want that. That'll be great on a nice white T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No white T-shirt. That should look dope, bro.
Oh man, yeah. The thumbnails and inks he has, like even not colored, they're
Ooh.
so impressive.
Oh man, look at this, bro. Oh, I love the black and white. Yeah, this guy's a monster, bro.
He is. So he colored the first issue too. He drew and he colored the first issue. And after we just realized it kind of took a little too long, so we hired a colorist for issues 2 to 6.
But oh my God, then look at issues 2 cover. Holy F, bro. Sick.
It's crazy. I sent him a tiny little sketch of like a shark with like a little face inside the mouth, and then he just runs with it and develops it into something incredible. You know,
basically he said, you know, hold my drink, homie. I got
he did. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, hold my drink. I got this. Yeah.
He goes, hold on, bro. Bendito,
Yeah.
hold on. I got you. I mean, and then look at that though. Holy, bro, why are you taking a picture inside a shark's mouth? What's wrong with you, sickos? Look at this shit. And then they smoking a blunt or some shit is wild, bro. I love it. Bro, look at this. Yes, I see other details. I'm thinking the swamp shark. Oh,
Swamp Shark. That's like the movie within the comic. It's about, you know, they're making a movie, and that's their kind of horror movie.
I just saw a picture on Instagram somewhere about some giant shark prop that's down the bottom of some lake here in the States of an abandoned movie project.
And it's just down there, probably terrifying people.
Yeah, and basically, yeah, when divers that don't know that that's there, and they see this thing with sharp ass teeth like that,
Oh man, yeah.
oh, shit, you know, they
I think somebody else did that with like a statue of like Michael Myers or something, or
that's
Jason.
so cool.
They put it at the bottom of the lake.
Jason floating on the chain, holding a machete. Come on,
yeah,
bro.
That's Jason for sure.
You know what? Thank God I know how to swim, but that's your problem, not mine.
I don't really know. I'm not a great swimmer, so I'm avoiding that stuff.
How much fun did you have with the project? You know, what lessons did you learn for your first one that you're going to apply to your next ones, man? Because I'm pretty sure as a first-time creator, especially on a crowdfunding platform, and why even choose Kickstarter as well with so many, you know, different platforms out there nowadays?
You know, I think a lot of it was just, you know, not knowing. A lot of it was not knowing and just trying and seeing what works. You know, I think the Kickstarter did really well. But I didn't continue with the Kickstarter. I ended up just doing the rest of it on my own because I found that a lot of the Kickstarter funding went to printing and shipping instead of making future issues. So I wanted to focus on just getting the book done. You know, I think just in general, I think you learn a lot by going through the whole process and getting something like a concept to finished book. You know, you learn how to work with artists, you learn how to stay on track, how to keep a budget, how to continue raising money to keep making stuff. But I think it's stuff that you're always going to run into. You know, I think those are hurdles that every project is going to have, those unique set of things you have to overcome. I think with this, I think I found that I love the world and characters so much, I'm going to keep going. I have more to tell with this. So I would like to continue making Popscars. I think the character designs are electric. There's way more story where this book ends. It does have a final ending, but it feels like it's opening up for more as well.
You even made a figure, bro. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
I love bootleg toys. So I had some toys made, and I got them made for me. I want them, but I'm glad other people like them too. You
So,
know.
so you definitely, so you asked for a baker's dozen, and you kept number 13 for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Oopsie! Oh, there goes the weapon. Look at that shit.
That's a real one. That's the one that I got without kind of thinking. I can't take these anywhere. They're really hard to ship. They're like a dangerous weapon. You know, I don't know who I want to give this to. So I have a batch of them in my closet, still kind of
a batch,
figuring out.
bro.
Yeah,
Bro, I want one. We got.
yeah,
You know how to get one. I want one to put on my wall to scare the shit out of any potential suitors for my daughter.
that would scare them. I think that would.
Oh yeah, that would. Who needs a gun? Like, yo, you know what?
Yeah.
I just shoot you. That's too easy. You know what? I'm gonna fuck you up first.
These things are legit too. They are. You could chop some wood with that.
We gotta talk. I want one of these. I really do want one of these, bro.
I got them.
But man, I put that shit in the office. Actually, fuck that. Come to the Comic Crusaders studio. Whether if your interview doesn't go too well, you're gonna get chopped up.
Yeah, yeah. I think every comic shop should have one.
Let's do that as the next comic book, bro. Within Godhood Comics, Publishing, whatever we got here. Let's do that where a podcaster interviews guests, and if the interview sucks, based on rating, the podcaster gets to chop you up.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Godhood Comics is kind of who I'm publishing with, and I kind of met Tyler. What's that?
How did you find them?
I found them through when I was doing my Kickstarter. Tyler was also finishing up a Kickstarter for The Antagonist. I don't know if you know about The Antagonist, but that book is fire. And we just started becoming friends through, making mutual books. And over the years, we just became like kind of collaborators as well, where I kind of edit some of his stuff, and now he's publishing my stuff. So yeah, I think together we're just trying to make some noise, trying to put out some books that kind of shake things up a bit. And I think you can expect a lot more from us too. We have some cool stuff coming up.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, bro. Because again, you said 6 issues, but how much more story do you really have? Do you have more than the 6? Do you have 12? Do we have 24? Do we have 36? What are we doing here?
In my mind, I could get to 18 to 20 issues total. So I have a script written for volume 2. It's not finished yet, but I have it written. It needs some love. It needs some tweaking. It needs some better dialogue, but it's there. And then I have a third part where I really want to like turn up the heat and let's get crazy. Let's see how far we could push this thing, and what how this thing evolves or kind of devolves and resets Hollywood,
Excellent. So have you had the opportunity, to make this? Do you want to still make it a live action film? Or would you go the animated route, seeing how beautiful it looks in comic book form?
I love cartoons, so I'll never say no to an anime. I think cartoons, and especially like the Japanese anime stuff, is so cool. So if that was in the cards, I would jump at that. I think I could see this as a really gritty, like super low budget indie movie, where I think people have seen every superhero movie under the sun. I think this would be different, where it's not a superhero story at all, but it has the costumes a bit. They're kind of like larger than life. I could see people really digging a kind of dark revenge Hollywood story where it doesn't make Hollywood seem like a great place. It kind of shows like more like street version, reality, kind of twisted version,
Yeah, man, I think we're all finding out how Hollywood ain't great right now. Like, it's scary out there.
Yeah, so this book, I was making this book years ago too, and not much has changed or it's gotten worse, So
we're gonna call you Pat Stradamus because you've been telling the future apparently through this book. Pat Stradamus is in the building, folks.
Just reading the room. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of people will like turn a blind eye to stuff, but I that stuff kind of got me upset. I got annoyed with how Hollywood was going, and especially working in it and dealing with some bosses that I hated.
Were you affected by the strikes when they were doing the strikes at the time?
I luckily am not. I kind of have distanced myself from that kind of work, and it didn't. I have a lot of my friends though. were really affected by it, you know, and it sucks because they're talented and they just are sitting around waiting for the call. You know what I mean?
But you know what? Don't wait. You know, build your army and make something together and change the game. That's what every amazing independent creator has ever done, right? You know, and you know, they become not an independent creator, but like the next big cultural icon. So it's like, you know, guys, just do. Don't wait to join the fucking club. Make your own. That's advice to everybody. Fuck that. Then you make your own and don't invite them.
I like that because I was tired of waiting, man. I you know, and you could wait and it never happens. So I think making this book was, you know, my way of just let's go.
That's it. Flowers time from a fan to a creator. Thank you, bro. I know it's your first, but thank you for being brave and bold enough to share your vision, your story with us, your creativeness. Because, you know, it takes courage. You know, there's a lot of dumb people out there that say dumb shit sometimes. But again, you know, if you ask them, do you have the balls to put your shit out there like this person did? They absolutely would not.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? A big salute. Now, I need to know, I know this is your first project, but are you thinking like going to cons and doing all that? Or what are we waiting for here? What's the master plan, you know, for the O'Malley verse?
You know, I did LA Comic Con last year. I had an awesome time. I got to sell like the issues. I got to meet a lot of cool people who were into the book. I think, you know, my next plan is let's get this thing on the shelves, and I'm gonna get the next volume going. But at the same time, I have a couple other stories I'm cooking up. I have one with my wife. It's a horror story that we're working on together.
Oh, she likes comics too.
I'm bringing her in slowly. You know.
Yeah, salute, yeah, bro. I get it, man. You got to do that, you know. That way they don't complain. Bring them into the room too. I got for you. You know, I used to love Charm, the TV show. So when they started doing the Charm comics, I said,
It's a good way in, you know. But I think it's fun to kind of bring her into stuff that I love and let her kind of tell a story, and me just kind of help. You know, comic fan? She's a horror fan. I'm a huge horror fan. And you know what?
I'm going to ask you the question. If you could recommend, I'm not going to say what's your favorite. You know, that's a typical question. But if you could recommend me any horror movie to watch that you probably saw recently or out of the last 10 years, which one would you recommend?
I think horror, you can't go wrong with John Carpenter. If you watch The Thing, you watch the original Halloween, you watch Christine, you know, some of these movies are...
Make that.
Huh?
They want to remake Christine through Blumhouse, bro.
They're crazy. They just need to stop. You know, but the original stuff, like the original The Thing is like, I think one of the greatest horror films of all time.
Thank you. That should terrify me, especially the scene with the head, like a spider head. You know, I mean, what the fuck was that as a kid?
Crazy movie. You know what? And I love those old school movies because it's all practical effects.
Yes.
And like, there's a difference when you could like feel it on the screen versus when it's just like a digital thing. Yeah. You know what I think?
The splatter is so just shitty.
Yeah, horror movies need to go back to practical stuff because, like, I think when they do, I dig them. You know what? A recent movie though that, like, in the past like 5 years, like, Hereditary was one that really kind of freaked me out. I saw that in theaters and I was like, all right, this movie is scary. You're like, this is freaky.
See, what was the one I saw? Malevolent. Did you see that one?
Malevolent?
Yeah, I mean that was it. Was that it? Yeah, it kind of had a crazy twist to it.
Wait, are you talking about Malignant?
Malignant. Yeah, Malignant.
Yeah,
Malignant.
You know what's crazy? The book my wife and I are working on is called Malignant.
Oh, all right. But yeah, tell me, did you watch that?
Oh, I did, with the crazy stuff on it.
Wasn't that wild? Like, did you expect that?
No, not at all. You know what?
That's horror to me. You know, they kept you guessing what the F was going on, and then thankfully, no one spoiled this shit on the internet, and like you got to enjoy. Like, oh shit, what the hell?
That was insane. You know who made that though? Is the dude who made the first Saw movie, James Wan. So Saws like that. I remember seeing that in theaters and just being like floored. I was like younger, but that movie was incredible, man. Like, I'm gonna
floor you. My first horror movie, I told this to people they should know already when they would do a trivia. I'm like, this first horror movie was Hell Night with Linda Blair.
Hell Night. Oh, yes.
Movie theater when I was 5 years old. This is 1980. I was about 5 or turning 6. Holy shit, yo.
It's good. It's good to get scarred. It's good to get scarred by a horror movie too early, I think.
Yeah, I did, because then what I did was scar my baby brothers, both of them,
Yeah.
especially my middle brother. I had to take down my Jason Rodder face poster because he couldn't sleep at night. My mother forced me. Daniel Black from the P3 podcast is such a punk. That was great. I mean, all right, bet. So I like those suggestions. And I like the fact that you're working hard with your lady. This is great. A nice team up. You know what I mean? You're going to get some cons. You're going to get some books. Do you think that you're ever going to get your homie from Argentina out into the States? Or you're going to go out there?
Absolutely, man. Him and I got to do a Comic-Con together. I think that's what we got to make that happen.
Yeah, man. Hey, publisher, you heard? You got to make it happen. Come on.
Yeah.
Here's a superstar team you got in your hands. If you don't know what you got in your hands, yo, Godhood, understand what you got in your hands right now, baby. I'm just talking. I'm just saying. They got some. No. Pat is bringing the game. I mean, I love the art. I love the story. I love how everything looks, man. And just that, this the story, how you guys are working together. Not even speaking, but emails, this, that, is wild. And yet create something the way that it looks. And for you, again, first time creator to get funded on Kickstarter the way you did. I mean, so many lessons that the other creators can learn from you, and just for doing the thing, bro. So, you know, again, a big salute and a congrats, Pat, because, you know, not many people that go out there on their first project make it. So it's like, you know, salute, bro.
Thank you. You know what? I remember somebody saying, like, don't do your best project first. And I was like, why? You know, I'm going to spend the next 5-6 years working on this thing. Like, I need to like love this thing. And so I made sure that what I did was my favorite story I had. You know what I mean? I think people just gotta, if you love it, just go for it. And I think the big thing that helped me was the character design. She looks like just such a badass. There's something about her. You know,
she's sexy. You doubt her, but then she pounces on you and beats yo ass.
Yeah, so that helps. You got to have a badass. You know, your character designs are everything, because that's what people love, characters. That's what you're reading books for, you know?
You know what? Let me tease people just one more time before we go. Just one more time before we go. I mean, look at that design. And where's that other one? Where's that other couple? Oh my God! Look! When you see that, guys and gals, what are you gonna do? First, you're gonna be like, damn, and then you're gonna be oh shit, I'm dead. Look, great! I can't wait to see the cartoon. I can't wait to see the movie. I can't wait to smell the ink on these books. You know, to you lucky folks out there, when is the next project? When is the next Kickstarter going to go live? What's the plan?
You know what? I'm not sure about the next Kickstarter, but this book is on sale August 7th. So I'm hoping people get to their shops and check this out, because man, it's a badass, gory soap opera that I don't think anybody should miss, especially if you want something different, you know.
And there you go, folks. If you want to stay tuned to what the project is about, where you can get it, you know, and make sure you make it rain on independent comics. Please follow them on social, on Instagram at Punch Publishing. Then you go to X and Instagram at Godhood Comics. The links are also below. It made it easy. You know what I mean? This is what Pat's all about. Follow everything Comic Crusaders, you know what the business is. Yo, Pat, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Thank you so much, Al. Thank you, man. Thank you for just putting this on speaker for me.
I mean, you're awesome, bro. And I love the book, man. I thank you for sending over the PDF. I have to finish reading that, baby. I've been enjoying it. I don't want to ruin too much for folks because I'm a talker. So hopefully for the next podcast, then I could go all out and blurt things out that I should.
A little spoiler podcast, okay.
Yeah. A spoiler podcast. I love it, yeah. Oh, man, you know what? Maybe we should do that. Comic Crusaders spoiler special.
You know what? I think it's a great idea to kind of get into. Then you could get into the book and get into the like why stuff happens and stuff like that.
Yeah, dig into your brain. Yeah, more so than just teasing. Like right now, we're at a strip club. You're teasing on the pole. How dare you, bro? We need the full story, but folks, you know that's what it is. Support independent comic books. Check out that beautiful book right there. Let me put that on the big screen right here. I mean, look at that, and she's girthy too. Hey, that is some self porn. Show the spine. You see that? Look at that. Nice self porn, folks, right there. Wepa! I mean, you see that? O'Malley, Guillen. That's right, baby. Sort of love the comiccrusaders.com. All over the socials at Comic Crusaders, except YouTube, which is Comic Crusaders World. You know, check us out everywhere. To my Rumble people, because I see that you guys are showing us so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everybody. Thank you so much. Yo, Pat, you rock. All right?
Thanks, Al. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Welcome back anytime to talk some comics, man. I can't wait to the next project.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.